Hey y'all, it's Andres from Big That Radio Show. For those who do not know, I produce a lot of different content for Big That Radio Show. A lot of the material is through interview format, but I have other things as well. What I'm doing today is I'm talking about why I chose to do this particular interview, and this one being where it aired July 29, 2022. It was an interview I did with Lissa, aka iGi. For the ones who are not familiar with the Middle Georgia area, there was a group back in the day titled 1/3. It was two gentlemen and a woman. They made up the group. They got the attention of Waka Flocka's mom, Deb, to where she was managing them and helped pushing them, and they were really putting themselves out there. Now, I don't know what happened as far as why the group did not continue on that path that was set for them. That's a story that you would have to get from them. But what I do know is that iGi, or Lissa, is now on her solo path. Now, this particular interview came about, I didn't have any direct connection with her.
Okay.
You know, we recorded music, we have music together that even we don't have.
Yeah.
Because of our lack of knowledge. And, you know, we were young and we saw it just living our life. Like, we're just having fun. We legit love music.
Yeah.
And we were just having fun. And we didn't expect, you know, we trusted everybody. And when you're young and you're in the industry and you on this tour and in this show and doing this cameo or in this studio, you know, shaking hands with these many people.
Nor did I have a connection with the other two members of the group. But I did know somebody that did know her, and it was an artist named Billy Slum that in the past everyone has seen that I worked with and done a lot of stuff with. So when Lissa, aka iGi, decided to pursue her solo career and to get back into the music game, I was the first one that she did an interview with, and it was brought up from my understanding where she was talking to different people, and then she had been talking to Slum, and he was like, yeah, you should go on my Andre's show and do your interview and stuff like that. So we had connected. I believe she might have saw a few of the interviews and liked my approach and things of that nature and loved what I was doing, probably checked me out, did her references check as well as, you know, a lot of people do. And I also send people links and things of that nature. So we connected and we ended up securing a date. This interview originally aired July 29, 2022. I cannot remember exactly when I recorded it. It could have been like a week before, maybe 2 weeks before. Most of the time I do try to get my interviews out within about a 2-week period. Sometimes they have been longer than that because I always have a lot of different things going on, projects that I'm working on. So, you know, as a creative, and a lot of other creatives out there know, sometimes when you're doing multiple things at one time, sometimes some things do slip through the crack. But we talked, we had a great time. She, I believe she said something exclusive in the interview as well that you didn't really like.
Interesting. One thing I think we learned, or that I learned, was just how involved A&Rs are.
Yeah.
1/3 creative. We wrote our own hooks, we wrote our own verses, we put together our own bridges, we picked our own beats. And a lot of artists, you know, who have these hit songs, or a lot of these artists, you know, it takes a team. And now I pay attention on Apple Music, when you go to the bottom, it says written by, you know, produced by, and things like that. You start to realize that sometimes for a lot of these artists, they need multiple ears and say-sos in the music to create the song you want.
Which I tend to get a lot of these days. Well, it's just been happening for the last 4 or 5 years now. And because people, and what I've noticed, people love the interview style. One, the guests love it because I create a safe space for them. They can tell their story. I'm not being salacious or anything like that. We can talk about, you know what I'm saying, what they're doing, and of course we can touch on sometimes it'd be some personal stuff, but I'm not harping down on that. I never believed in having a platform like that, and that's not what I built the brand off of. But you know, she did that. she let me hear music that she was dropping that, you know what I'm saying, I got to hear that first. And I actually did incorporate the music, I believe, in the interview as well, as long as some other stuff that she sent me too. So I was grateful and appreciative of that as well. And since then, you know, we've stayed in contact with one another, you know, just checking in, because I do like to check in on my guests, because to me it's about building relationships, and when you're building a platform, you're building relationships. And for just to, you know, plug myself, anybody out there, if you're watching, well, anyone out there who's watching, if you want to start a podcast, I definitely suggest checking out the book that I get. 500 million people listen to podcasts worldwide. That's a huge audience to tap into. Don't waste your time just starting. Use your time wisely by starting correctly. Hi, I'm Andreas, and I built Bank That Radio Show from 0 to 11,000 followers. And if you're trying to start a podcast, I wrote an ebook about it. Clear, concise. You don't have to have the biggest audience. You don't even have to have an audience at all and still monetize your podcast. Remember, everyone has a story. If you've been on the internet searching, there's a lot of information out there how to start your podcast, and it can seem overwhelming. I believe in the KISS model. Keep it simple, stupid. Short, concise, straight to the point, all in the ebook. You can change your life in a week. Start your podcast, launch it, and monetize it. All within a week. You can go to the pay link, check out the book. You can also subscribe to the newsletter. Get more advanced techniques and lessons. You can change your life in a week. At $7 is how to start and launch your podcast. Is podcast playbook. I'll put the link in the description box, so you can go and check on it. And it gives you a good, concise, straight to the point. I don't believe in, you know, making things where you get a whole lot of rubbish. Then you get to the point. Now just get straight to the point. Let people have it and let people do with the information what they will. But yeah, you build a platform off of relationships, and so I still, with some of my guests, I still check on them based off of, you know, our connection. Because you know, you never know where someone's going. So iGi is still doing her thing. I believe she put out a few more videos. I had a thing that I was doing was overlooked and underrated. So if you know about that, that's on the YouTube channel as well at Bank That Radio Show, and you can go and see that. I think I had Jaylene actually do the narration of that. And anyone out there who you want to know who Jaylene is, then I'll put a link to her page, and she's like my protege. We've been working together for the last couple years, since 2023, beginning 2023, 2024, 2025, or 2020. Yeah, I do believe 2023. But we've done a lot of different projects together. We're also collaborating behind the scenes with a lot of different things. We talk to each other weekly, sometimes twice a week or so. Mentee-mentor relationship, and just a real good friendship as well. And Jaylene is doing great things. I love what she's doing in the Middle Georgia area, and she's going to do fantastic things. She keeps sticking at it. She's going to blow up even bigger than what she's doing now. So I want nothing but success for her, and for her to get all the rewards for the fruit of her labor. But yeah, iGi is a dope person. Really love the personality. I love the fact she's a really, really good artist, and she's a lyricist. You don't really get to run across a lot of them. I'm from that particular type of era. That's what I prefer to hear. Even though I do like rocking to the beats, things of that nature. But I like stuff to make me think. I like stuff to where, you know, I can play on words. I like concepts that, you know, you can put and string together with storytelling. So I think she even was nominated for the 478 Awards either last year or the year before that in a category. I can't remember if she won or not, but I do believe she was nominated. So she's making strides. So I look forward to seeing what she does in the future, even more. Because I do catch her TikTok page every now and then when I'm scrolling on TikTok. So y'all can check out that interview with iGi, Lissa, aka Lissa, and go follow her and, you know, stay up to date. And as always, you can follow the pages, you can follow, you know, Instagram, you can follow me personally. And, you know, thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and all that stuff.